Now we're going live. Now we're here. Now we're there. Now we're here. Now we're there. How's that, Sharon? Hello, everybody. This is Hunter Pascal, and this is Transactional Tuesday. Had a little script going on there. I want to make sure I got that right. Make sure my video is going. Everything's going well. So today is Tuesday, and what else is today? It's freaking vote day, and I got my wrong shirt on. My wife didn't tell me to put my shirt on. Let me come back and get my shirt. Dang it. I was supposed to have a special shirt for today, and I didn't wear it. It's actually right over there, hanging on my wardrobe. See, I have a wardrobe for these meetings there and all that. So am I on? And my tie on? All right, so I can throw my tie on. Let me go get my tie in 1 second. Oh, somebody's going to get it for me. I forgot about it. Hey, I got my Masters cup anyway there, right? So I got the Masters cup. You can see that. So let me see this tie I got. It's a brand new tie. It hasn't been opened before. I don't even know how to wear this tie. All right, here's how you do it. She's going to give it to him, but we don't know how to tie it. So we're going to go on like this and go like this. This is called tie showing. How to tie a tie, but I don't even really know how to tie it. So I'm just going to tuck it in my shirt for now. Like this, like that. And this is vote day. President vote day, right? There we go. How about that knot? That's not an Emma knot. Now, Emma knot comes from where is Emma from? Sweden, I believe. And she's Swiss. But here's the tie for today. So let's vote. If you haven't voted now, you're in trouble. If you haven't voted at all, you're in trouble. And who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going to leave this tie on because my wife brought it all the way from home for me to wear for today's Transactional Tuesday. But she got so excited about our trip we might be taking here before this year ends because, all of our travel got to become nothing this year. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, COVID has really took a havoc on all of us here around the world, right? A lot of pivoting, a lot of changing, a lot of new business opportunities, a lot of new businesses started, a lot of businesses closed. And it's still going to happen. More and more and more is coming out of this massive pandemic, and it's still pretty scary. This weekend I was invited to a bachelor party, and there's about 16 guys, and we went to the Omni downtown Champions Gate for the night to go to dinner at where did we go to dinner? Charlie's Steakhouse. And I tell you what, I drove down the Omni, my club's in my car and getting all excited. And I got there and there's nobody there. I mean, nobody nowhere. This is a convention center. I mean, there was absolutely nobody nowhere. I'm driving around where you're supposed to register and I didn't see anybody. I thought somebody would come out and, say, hey, you need to valet your car. None of that. So I drove around and saying, I'm in the wrong place. And then I saw some guys on the golf cart with the badge on. I said, hey, you guys work? Yeah, we work here. I said, where's the registration? How do you get a key for one of these rooms here? And they said, back at the lobby. And I said, well, I just came from there. And they said, well, you have to go inside. We don't have people coming out and meet. There's no meet and greet. And there were signs, but there was never any sign said hotel entrance or registration here. It was a little bitty sign. That's all I saw. So what that tells me is they need larger signs so people like me can read them. They had other signs, warning, 6 feet, mask. They had all that, but the little registration sign was about 3 inches wide and had a little arrow, and I missed that sign. But anyway, here we are today, Transactional Tuesday. I'm safe and sound. I graduated from the bachelor party. We had a great time. We played 2 rounds of golf, and it was pretty incredible. Got to meet some great people, and that's what it's about. I love golf because you meet great people on the golf course, and you meet some bad people on the golf course. But, for the most part, when you're playing golf, you're going to meet some pretty interesting and cool people. And that's why I love the golf course. My wife loves the golf course, and that's where we kind of want to go, trying to get her to take a little trip to Bermuda instead of Hawaii. I know it's not the same, but, hey, it's my mom's still here, and we're taking care of her, so we got to be close by. So we're only a 3-hour flight from Bermuda to here. We can make that happen. Hawaii is a longer flight by far, but not a lot nicer place. But Bermuda is where we're going. And give us good luck on that trip before Christmas happens, because we got a lot going on this month. Got a lot going on. Matter of fact, speaking of going on, we had, Heather came in a little late today because she has some things going on, but we got a lot of deals closed here just in the last week. I mean, every month we're closing deals, but I mean, just this last week has been like a pandemic of closings, and like everybody's wanting to get these things done, which is good. And we have some other contracts still floating around. We got some new contracts on some properties. I can't wait to show you. But today I'm going to show you one. That's a transaction that we did in 2017 that just closed this past week. I should have the HUDs up for you and all that, but I didn't. I'll have to get better at that. Showing you the checks, maybe, the real check and all that. I like doing that because it really shows you that we're not just, well, what I can do is give you the address and you can go look it up yourself and you can see the process and the transaction, how it happened. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But we always like to show that we're the real deal and that things are really taking place, and we're not just up here saying that it's going to take place or whatever. That was a quick tie. I like that. And I did that pretty quick. I'm proud of myself for that. So Transactional Tuesday. What is Transactional Tuesday for those of you that haven't seen it? Transactional Tuesdays to talk about different options, different real estate transactions that we do, showing you some deals, giving some inspiration for you to go out and get your next deal. If you haven't got your first deal or your next deal, you're going to want to get the phone numbers and contact off this slide that I put on here for you to get that. Also, we put on the numbers as close as we can. Matter of fact, I thought about this deal this morning at our meeting. We have a meeting every Tuesday at the office, and I said, hey, Transactional Tuesday, I want to do 1719 Royal Ridge. And they said, okay. So they put it together and we're going to look at it here shortly. Keep cutting my head off there a bit. You're cutting off my flat top there. We don't want to do that. And, it's a pretty good deal. After I saw the numbers, I said, that wasn't a bad deal. So this is a deal that everything went wrong. This is a deal that things that shouldn't have happened. This is a deal where I had a buyer and she had a $35,000 check in her hand while we're in the house, and she walked, or I walked, we walked because of some problems there. Meaning one of them was the day I went to see her and meet the family that was going to be there, there was like 15 people. And I kind of felt uncomfortable selling my 4-bedroom, 3-bath house to 15 people. I didn't know if 15 people were going to live there, but there was 15 people there that day. And anyway, there was just miscommunication about what was going to take place and how it was going to happen. And, it all blew up. So it blew up, and then, things happen for a reason. And that was my first downside, because I got all the furniture in the house and we emptied the house with all the furniture and everything, putting it in another Airbnb we had or somewhere, or furniture floating around, or for our staging, we used it some areas. But, the deal still turned out to be one of our better deals of the year. So even with all the negativity, even with COVID, even with a fire that happened in the property, even that a lot of things happened, this deal kind of came out pretty good. I'm gonna let you be the judge of that, because I'm gonna show you this is the real numbers, this is the real deal, and this is real pictures of the property. Trust me, I visited more than I wanted to this past year because of the insurance claim. We went through a full-blown insurance claim, which was quite the deal. It was interesting. One of our first time doing this in 26 years, 30 years. Oh no, I take it back. We did have another burn completely to the ground, and we made money on that deal too. I'm not telling you to go burn all your rental properties and burn your properties to make money. I'm not doing that, because the other one that got burnt, we still have it. We just redid it, made money on that. Now we have it rented. I don't know what it looks like now. It's been a few years since I've seen it, but I know it's a good deal. Now let's get down to business and share with you this deal here. I would be really excited if I saw this deal that somebody was presenting to me, that I could be on board with them and maybe get some, be a partner with them or something. I'll take one of those while you're there. And, it's pretty cool. Hey, how'd you like my tie? I tied that. Did you see me tie it? You saw how quick I tied it?
Impressed.
I got to keep it hid. I mean, it's pretty cool. Thank you very much.
You're
Pammy
welcome.
brought me some water. You know, it's hot in here too. That's the AC. So there goes Michelle. So they always forget I'm in the hot lights. You know, I got all these hot lights and I'm a hot blooded, as you can see my red face, my red shirt, my beautiful tie. And, you know, it's just hot. But anyway, let's do some sharing of my computer with you. And we're going to go right here. I believe I'm going to try it without my glasses. See if I can do this and see if I can go play from start. I hope I did this right. Looks pretty good. I'm still up there. The camera's here. Can you see that, Michelle? Somebody's got to tell me that they can see this. That's shortfixandflip.com. I just want to make sure you're seeing it so I can keep going. I don't want to redo it again. I had to do that the other day. I showed a HUD and I showed some contracts, and Michelle came in the door and said, hey, you're not showing your contracts. You're just showing yourself, and there's nothing there. So today we got something there. We got a twisted house that's upside down. And then we got me. I'm your host. That's me in full person, full suit. And then there's the contact information. This is very important to put on all your marketing. Put where people can call you, contact you, email you, and all that on every piece of marketing you do. It's called branding. Branding and not letting them know how to get a hold of you. Yes, you can find me on Facebook. Yes, this, but you know, here it is here. Somebody can screenshot this, they can share it. So if you got a friend or somebody you know it's in foreclosure, or somebody you know who needs to sell a house, or somebody you know that wants to partner with us, hey, you know what? We make you a part of our deal. So you don't even have to do business with us directly. You can do business with us indirectly and still make money. That's just something I came up with after watching one of my mentors just now on a video. You can take this card right here, print it, card. It's called e-card, right? So this is my e-card. You can take this and send it to anybody you know in a group or massive groups and tell them what you just saw, or you can share this whole video with them and let them know that, hey, you probably want to get a hold of these guys. They're really doing the business in the pandemic, and they've been doing it 30 years or more. So I keep saying 20, I keep stretching that fish story. So let's say 1996 until today, okay? That's how long we've been doing business. It's been a little while, and we've done all types of transactions. This is a nuance. I don't say do this on your first transaction, but if you had help with somebody like us, you could get through it, right? And you could get through it, not lose as much sleep and not lose as much money for what we did. Now, it's pretty interesting transaction. Let's get on with it and let you see what's happening. So Davenport before, this is the property we bought. Let me tell you how we got it. We got it from one of our websites. It came from a client in the UK. So the owner of the properties, the Simmons, I believe is the name, are in the UK, United Kingdom, right? And so they're there, and the property's here, and it's in one of those areas that's a rental property where, you know, you do Airbnbs, not really an Airbnb, but, you know, it's for a short-term rental, basically, which is Airbnb. Airbnb just called it Airbnb, took short-term rentals and turned it into Airbnb and made a freaking boatload of money. How hard was that concept? You know, pretty smart. They made an app, they created it, they marketed it, they got some money put into it. Now Airbnb is one of the top companies that's out there in the Fortune 500s, okay? All right, here we go. Davenport before, here's what the picture was when we bought the property. Yes, we don't always deal with ugly homes. This property here had nothing wrong with it. It has a beautiful pool. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, laundry room, guest rooms, fully loaded with everything you needed, up to the shower, everything except for the toothbrush. There's a couple of rooms here. There are some double beds. It's actually 2 master suites in this unit. We're showing one. The other one's just identically like that one, but on the other end of the house, like this one right here. But it's on the other end of the house, so it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool, and very nice property. I'm trying to get me a laser pointer. Here, I got me a laser pointer now, so I can show you how to do this stuff. So this is Davenport House. It's 1719 Royal Ridge, if you want to look it up. And here's a breakdown for purchase. Now, when I say purchase, when we bought the property, Purchased the property February 2017 as a subject to. Now, subject to usually is picked up from owner financing. That's the terminology. Subject to means you're taking over somebody's mortgage or you're guaranteeing a payment subject to the financing available on the property already in place. I didn't go out and get any financing. I didn't go out and get pre-qualified from a lender. This homeowner contacted us and they were in foreclosure. So pre-foreclosure, so they were getting ready to have, if they haven't already been served, what's called a list pendants, the LP, right? Now, more than likely, because this came from a website, it didn't come from our marketing piece, but it came from a website that's like our marketing piece that says, hey, if you need to sell your house quickly, as is, where is, we'll buy it, we'll take over payments, we'll do whatever we can do to make you feel good on the other side so you don't lose everything, right? And this is what happened. Did we give anybody any money up front? Well, yes, we had to. Property was in foreclosure, so we reinstated the loan and caught it up. It was almost $13,000 behind on payments, sitting vacant, fully furnished, power and water's on, everything's gone. But the owners in the UK, they couldn't come over here. 2017, they couldn't trust a service over here to take care of the property and rent it out for them. So they decided they wanted to sell it. They were done. They're not coming to visit it no more, and they want to get rid of it. So the remaining loan balance was $180,000. So in 2017, we spent $12,583. We paid the bank, right, directly to the bank, not the homeowner. Never, ever, ever give your money to a homeowner to make a payment, especially a $12,000 payment, because you know what? They might just keep that payment and that payment might not get to the bank. So we get all the documents signed. We get all of our agreements and documentation signed. We get our title insurance. We get, make sure all the title's clear before doing this. You just don't want to go out and listen to somebody, like I've said in the past. Trust the homeowner or somebody in the UK you've never met before, and they've never met you to give you exact numbers. So another way you can do that is ask for their statement, their loan statement, their mortgage statement, so you can really see what's going on. And then naturally, the internet now, you can look up a lot of stuff, you know, easily at your fingertips. One of those ways is called PropStream we'd use. You can look up MLS, you can look up any and all information about properties, about people and properties with PropStream. It's pretty powerful. The remaining loan balance was $180,000. So now, Hunter, why would you pick up and pay $13,000 to get a property reinstated and bring it subject to? Well, because the property value was somewhere around 210, 215 at the time. That's what I'm thinking, around there. So it really wasn't a really big score per se. There wasn't a big spread, you might want to say, but the monthly loan payment was $1,300 a month, which included taxes and insurance. Now, for me, I thought that was a little high on the $1,300, but it's a $180,000 mortgage. So that's PITI, that's everything. So I decided to go ahead and reinstate. This is after I looked at all the numbers. I just didn't say, hey, I want to reinstate, then look at the numbers. I looked at all the numbers first, made the decision what way we need to go. Could have just paid the loan off, but for me to pay off $180,000 plus 12 grand, $192,000, $193,000 loan, you know, I might have some more costs than that. So this is the easiest way to get financing for yourself if you don't have any credit, and you have to have money, or you don't have to have money, because you can contact me and I can do these deals with you. All right. So this is how it happens. So monthly loan payment amount was $1,300, which included taxes and insurance. That's principal, interest, tax, insurance. That's the whole ball of wax, right? We got all the furniture, as I talked about. We bought it because owners were in the UK. That's not the only reason we bought it, because the owners were in the UK. We got all the furniture because they're there, because they weren't going to take it home. They weren't going to try to sell it. It's just a pain. And usually in any subject to deal or any deal that I'm negotiation, I always ask for something else besides just the house. I always do. It's just a part of my business. It's part of my language. It's part of the art of negotiations. It's a part of making another stream of income on the same income you're doing already. So, you can create more income by just looking around, because people don't need to move all that stuff when they're in distress, unless it's an heirloom or something like that. And I tell homeowners, even if they're living in them today, just take what's your personal stuff and you can leave the rest. And our team will handle everything there, from the cat litter boxes all the way up to the brand new lamps, or even a BMW that I've gotten before. I've got a BMW on a deal like this before, free and clear. I drove it around for a couple of years, gave it to my daughter when she went to high school. She drove it around for 3 or 4 years as well. And then she traded it in and got a better car. That's the way it works. So you can always find something that the homeowner needs to get rid of in these transactions as well. It's not another big deal, but you never know. You never know what you can get. So here's the breakdown. Now, sale number one means for sale. So we sold it like this. We sold it on a lease option, kind of the same way I bought it, except for I got the deed. When I'm selling the property to somebody else on a lease option or owner finance or contract for deed, I do not transfer the property into their name. Number one is because I'm responsible for the guy in the UK or for the mortgages on there. So I am 100% responsible for that. I guaranteed those payments until I financed it or refinanced or sold the property. So I'm never going to put it in somebody else's name that I got to foreclose on because they didn't make a payment, or I got to evict because they didn't make a payment. I'm not going to do that. So this is the proper way for us to do it. We sold it on a lease option for $220,000 with a $20,000 non-refundable deposit down and a monthly rental payment of $1,550. Now, what was my other payment? $1,300. This was $15,000. So I wasn't really doing a whole lot. I mean, I did spend 12 grand. Let's just call it 13. Let's call it 15 grand because I had to move the furniture and all because they didn't get any of that either. But I spent 15 grand to bring this loan current. I got a $20,000 non-refundable deposit and a couple $100 a month. So I was, I was okay. I'm saying, okay, I got out of the paying a payment. I'm pretty much even at this point, I would think, as far as I'm concerned. And right now, because you guys got to get it going and everything happening, right? So we marketed, we got them. The lease option buyers were unable to get their owner finance, so they paid $1,550 for 2 years, right? And they gave me $20,000 down when they did that. So the lease option buyers were unable to get their own financing within the 2 years allotted, so they renegotiated the terms. So they came to us and say, okay, we couldn't get financed in the 2-year time that you allowed us to get financed on a 220 loan with 20,000 down. I said, okay. So here's what we offered them. They offered us an additional $15,000 down. I said, hey, I'm listening now. You haven't financed it out in 2 years. You have paid me. I mean, you've paid me $1,550 a month without question, pretty easy. So I said, why not go ahead and just finance the whole thing? So how can I finance a house, somebody else's mortgage is on it, but I own the deed, right? I own the property with that lien against it. Banks may or may not call the loan due. Okay. If the bank would have saw this and said, hey, we're going to call the loan due, I'd say, okay, call the loan due. But it has never happened. I'll knock on wood or whatever. But in the last 25 years, I've never had a bank come to me that the payments were being made on time, every time. Even the deed transferred to a trust, a land trust. Has the bank ever contacted me and said, hey, you need to bring the $180,000 you owe on this loan current, like pay it off? It's never happened. So don't let that bother you. I've never seen it happen. I'm sure it's happened to somebody, but the processes that we do, the notifications that we give, we notify the bank it's pretty much being done. We tell the bank what we're doing in some ways, and then we change the insurance. We change everything that needs to be done to protect our insurance, our policy on the property. So the lease option buyers were unable to get their owner financing within the 2 years allotted. So they renegotiated the terms as follows: as an additional non-refundable 15 grand, right? This lowered the amount due from the 220 that they bought it at from the 35,000 that they gave us back down to 185. I think that's the right numbers. I hope it's the right numbers. I'm sharing it with you. I hope it's the right numbers. I don't have my calculator with me, but we did a 5-year balloon note with them on a monthly payment of $2,200. And look, we did PITI. So how did we do that? We collect $2,200 a month, PITI, and then we pay, remember the first payment, $1,300 a month, PITI. So who keeps the spread between the 2,200 and the 1,300? Take a wild guess on that one. That's right. It's going into HIP National Bank. That's my pocket. That's where it goes, or your pocket if it's your deal. So already this is a good deal now. I'm starting to like this deal now. It's starting to get a little exciting. I've got, $35,000. I'm getting $2,200 a month. I'm paying out $1,300 a month. I'm kind of liking this deal. What about you? You like this deal? If you like this deal, you should get involved, get our phone number, and PM me. So let's look at the breakdown for sale number 2. Well, what do you mean? Well, let me tell you what happened. Remember, I told you in the beginning, this was a deal that everything that could go wrong went wrong, right? And we still profited from the deal. Wait till you see what happens. Sale number 2, meaning that unfortunately in March 2020, buyers vacated the property and there was a fire in the property. So they vacated, then there was a fire. Okay, so we were notified by the police 2-3 weeks after the fire, right? Because they couldn't find us because we were the trustees and nobody would notify or tell anything that happened, right? So the police department contacts us, say, hey, you had a fire in your building. You need to make a police report for your fire. And we said, yes, we do. So we got on the phone with the insurance company. Now we're learning more stuff, right? Because we've had, like I said, we had a fire before. It was a full claim. The house burnt to the ground. Tenants were in the property. Tenants had insurance, rental insurance. This particular property didn't burn to the ground. It just burnt a west wing or the south wing, which was the master bedroom area, and then smoked up the whole house, which is not a good thing. And I really don't have pictures of that because I don't want to share all the negative stuff. I just want to share the positive stuff. And this is it. Well, having a fire is not positive. Vacating and losing a $35,000 non-refundable deposit, that's not positive. Depends on what side you're on. But we put an insurance claim, which we negotiated throughout the entire process of the rehab. Trust me, it was in negotiations the whole way. I never did contact an adjuster to take 10 or 20% of our money. We just went ahead, hey, we're already negotiating with banks. What the hell's the difference as an insurance company? Same damn difference. You just got to make a point. You got to get a point across. You got to tell them what it's worth and tell them what we're going to take and what we're not going to take. So here's how it happened. We put the insurance claim, which we negotiated throughout the whole entire process of the rehab. We were able to collect less lost rents, right? $2,200 a month. A roof and interior repairs. We redid the whole roof because not from the fire, but it had a windstorm, had a hurricane damage. So we said, you know what? We're going to do a claim. We're going to do it all. Because you know what? We may not get another insurance company to insure us again because of this claim. But the claim was done on a trust, right? On a property in a trust. All of our properties are held in trust. So really the claim was with the trust, not us personally. That's pretty smart. So now the insurance claim insurance is like, hey, the trust made a claim, not us. We just happen to be the beneficiaries on this particular trust. We're the trustees on this particular trust. So everything has to go through us, and that's what it did. It went through us. So anyway, we ended up with $71,000 because of a little fire. Okay. That was pretty cool, right? Once with all the repairs were done, we listed the property for sale. So this time I did not want to do any rental or anything like that. We were just done with the property. The market in this specific area, I already know that it's kind of going down because the landscaper, it's been there for 16 years. And him and I became good friends. I was down there a couple of times and he happened to come up. He actually called me. We got cell phone numbers, and he's a millionaire himself. And he said, he goes, yeah, man, my wife's a realtor, but this market right here is coming down. And I could tell because all these cars are all over the place in the street, parking places, there's not a whole lot of parking. It's a 1-car garage. Just really, I could see it. I could see the signs. I could tell that this is going to become another New York City. You can't get cars in and out, something like that. It's kind of like a comparison, just so much going on all hours of the night. So I said, you know what? I think we need to get rid of this. And I think now, because of the way the market is right now, it has been the best it's had in years, that we need to go ahead and put this thing on the market and sell it. So we decided to put it on the market for a lot higher than what we thought we could get, a lot higher than the area would bring, instead of the auction kind, where you go really low and you let people bid it up. We decided to go ahead and go high because it was all brand new. New roof, new AC, new paint, new floor, new cabinets. New kitchen countertops. Just all kinds of new. And again, once all the repairs were done, we listed the price for $229, and had a contract within 2 weeks, because there was a few contracts that we really didn't even want. There was a lot of contracts that came in. 2 weeks time, we probably got like 6, 7 contracts, and then we picked the one that we thought it would close, and it did. We're pretty picky about who our buyers are nowadays, because it is a seller's market. So we get to pick and choose who we want to use as our buyers, right? So it closed for $227,000. That's what the sales price was. And we received $52,000 from the sale of the property after closing costs, and all the existing mortgage was paid out. We also had a credit of $32,000 on our expense report, because of the money that came in over the years. Now, this isn't, a one transaction profit center. It's a multiple profit centers in this transaction, and it's multiple years. We're in 2020, right? We picked the property up in February 2017. So it's really almost 4 years. But I don't know about you. We didn't do a whole lot until the fire. We didn't do a whole lot because the people were in there almost 3 years. We received $52,000 from the sale of the property after closing costs, and the existing mortgage was paid off. We also had a credit, $37,000 on our expense report, because the money that came in on over the 3 years, and then went between the monthly rents and the fire claim. So we just did it all as a package deal, what it all costs. And let me show you what happened. Well, here's the profit. Yes, that's right. This is a net money. $89,589.79 was a net profit. This is not gross, guys. This is net in the pocket. Yes, we're paying taxes on it. Well, we paid taxes on some of it already, because it was, happened in 3 years. We'd like to spread it out, right? So anyway, this year we received $52,000 on the balance of what we sold it for and what was owed. So the whole time that I was getting paid, the principal was coming down. So I'm making money on top, and I'm reducing my principal at the same time. In return, I got a $52,000 check just last week. This closed last week, and the profit was for $89,500. You know what? This is a life-changing game. This is a life-changing number for many people, myself as well. It changed my life. I got $89,000 in 3 years. Where can you go, learn a little bit, pay a coach or a mentor some money, $2,000, $5,000, $3,000, whatever the number is, and receive 50% of that? That's right. That's what we do. Our great name to fame is we get 50% of the profits that we produce for everybody, because we're producing the profits for you, showing you how to do it. Whether you're first time, whether you've been in a little while and you need a little switch up, got lost in the weeds, got lost in 2008, never recovered from 2008. We thrived in 2008. We're thriving now, and we're going to thrive next year. So the business models we're in, the deal machines that we do, are just phenomenal. So there's people all over doing deals like this with us, right? And we got a lot of new seller calls, a lot of people, new partners with us. We had 2 or 3 partners join us this past weekend. So, if you don't have anybody, you think the pandemic's something, and you think the defaulted mortgages that are coming down the pipeline, and the houses that are going to be just handed in people's laps to do something with, You need to be ready and you need to be prepared. You need to get prepared. You don't want to wait till it just happens. Then you're so far behind people. You're in line. We like to be first. We like to be up front. That way we can blaze the path and we can see what's going on. Take the hit up front for you later on. And this particular deal was a great deal. Again, $89,000 profit. Here's a property afterwards. So even though we did all that and we had to repaint the property, we put a new roof on it, put all new flooring in it, put some cabinets in it, or granite. We didn't put cabinets, we just put the granite in. And one of the bathrooms there's a swimming pool I talked about. So these are just pictures of some of the work we did. Big new fan up in the ceiling, just, made it look really nice, changed out everything in there, painted the whole building a couple times just to get stuff out of there. And that's the Davenport property, 1719 Royal Ridge was the address if you want to look it up. But here's our contact information. By all means, contact us. It's free. We don't charge anything to contact us, but we do want to partner with you. We do want you to bring deals. And again, you can take this card, this invitation right here, and give it to somebody. It might be a child of yours, might be a parent of yours, might be a brother, sister, mother, father, whatever it is. And then you've heard them talking about the real estate or thinking about real estate or getting into it, or maybe they got a deal and don't know what to do with, or they got a deal and they're in trouble. Yeah, we can do those because we got all the answers to most of the deals. You might not like the answer, but we'll have an answer. And it's really usually the one is the best process. It's the best way to go with what's been given to us, right? I mean, we've got students sending in seller information forms. I don't have none right in front of me because they're all on the desk getting ready to go do some calls and reel in a few deals for some of our partners in here. And how to become a partner with us? You go right here. You can make that phone call. I hear the phone ringing right now. So somebody's calling and I hear Michelle and they're talking. So look, get on board, do what you need to do. Vote today if you haven't voted. Like I said, no matter which way it goes, left or right or center, today, I don't know, it's left or right, but pray on the people who don't win and pray for the people who do win. I think everybody should do a little praying for everybody and make this world a better place than what it was in and what it is in and what it will be in. And let's try to get along together instead of divided with each other. Let's make things happen. I see division all over the place, but I also see togetherness more. That's right. I see more people gathering than not. And it's not in riots and other things. It's in, hey, we're done with this. Let's get along like we're supposed to. Let's get along like the young adults or adults that we are. Past is the past. The present is the present. It's a gift. Remember that. The present is a gift to us every day we're alive. So make sure you love one another and again, give this, you can give this to you can use this coupon right here as a gift. Just call the number, find out how much it costs, and then give it to somebody. That's a huge suggestion. That's a great suggestion. It's like a little, Christmas present, Thanksgiving present, whatever it needs to be for you, make it happen. You want to change your life or somebody else's life, this is the number you need to call. I can tell you that right now. You can see our address there. Come see us, whatever it takes. We're here, we're real, and we're ready for you to get on board with us. This is Hunter Pascal, Transactional Tuesday. Don't forget to vote. If you haven't voted, I don't know what time the polls close, but I don't know how many days we're going to have to stay awake to find out who wins and all that. But you know what? No matter what happens, we're going to be here. We're going to crank these deals out. We're going to keep going. And don't forget your short sale autopilot, because that's what we do. But we also do all other aspects of transactions. And we would love to have you on board. And we'd love to have whoever it is that you choose to be on board with us. Just goes through a little screening process, which is not much. We just want to make sure that it's a fit. Want to make sure that you're going to ready to do work. This is work. It's not fun and play, although we call it fun and play. You have to do this a little grind once in a while. You don't make $82,000 just playing unless you're playing a lotto. Maybe you're gambling at the casino. I don't know. Maybe you're stealing stuff. I don't know. Don't do that. Just do things right. do right by people like the people in the UK. The Simmons are going to send us a nice testimonial letter for taking care of the property for 4 years, stopping the foreclosure, building their credit up for the future. So now they can come back over to the United States and buy when it's ready to buy. And they'll probably be calling us, I bet you, when they do come. So build relationships, people to people, keep your promises and do what you say you're going to do. And a lot of things are going to happen your way. Thanks for joining me today on Transactional Tuesday. We'll see you on, hey, maybe this Friday. Talk to you then. It's Foreclosure Friday at 3 o'clock, same place, same time. Talk to you then. Adios. Oh, go back and look at the last one we did last Friday. It's awesome. 22 years old, turning the world upside down.